Hello, everyone. My name's Jalise. Welcome to another Versus video, everybody. Right now, I'm comparing the Logan film and a movie, The Wolverine. And I'm gonna say which one's the better one. We're gonna do every single one from plot to from the plot story to side characters to villains to the music to the picture. What's a better film? I know a lot of people are like, well, how come Logan's not ultimately the winner already? Here's the thing. I'm going to give my reasons to why I think the Wolverine is just as good as Logan. Or Logan is just as good as Wolverine. Because those two films are directed by the same dang director. It's directed by James Mangold. That's how we pronounce the name. And those two Wolverine films were simply amazing. And I'm not going to compare it to any of those two films to X-Men Origins Wolverine. This shitty ass freaking dang film that I want to burn. Now, what can I say? Let's start off with the plot. What is the plot of Logan? Logan in this film? Logan is a really old man. This takes it like the old man Logan story. Logan's really old. He's tired of life. He wants to die in many cases. And he's a bodyguard to mostly Charles Xavier and to X-23 or Lara. And he's trying to find a way to live again. In some case, while he's reluctant to be a part of this world, he's reluctant to protect Lara. He's reluctant to be a part of this thing that he's tired of just fighting and tired of killing. He's tired of a lot of things in life. He's been down the shitter. He really doesn't give a fuck no more. But even though he's pushing himself now to protect Lara and some of the children mutants, you slowly start to see the slow bit of Wolverine. And like I said, the Logan is just like how it's just he's a beaten. He's really just tired of life and he just wants to die. That's the true story of Logan. He wants to die, but X-23 Lara gives him a reason to live on. Or give him a reason to fight for life. So, and with Charles Xavier also to help him fight for life, to push him. Now, what is the plot line for the Wolverine? The Wolverine, something very similar. I know the Wolverine was first. And a lot of people say, well, Logan, this story is very different from the Wolverine. To me, it's not that much. Wolverine, he is tired of life. He's lived over a long dang time. He's tired of killing in many cases. He's also tired of going through his berserker rage. He's tired. He feels guilty for the death of Jean Grey from X-Men: The Last Stand, and this is the repercussions of it. He's tired of living. He's tired of killing. He's living out in the wilderness with a dang bear. What's the entire plotline besides that? One, he goes to Japan to see an old friend that he saved during World War II, Master Yashida, and to watch him die. And Master Yashida offers him to get rid of his immortality, make him mortal. And during this time, he goes to the funeral and he protects another person. Like in the Logan, he protects X-23. This time, he's protecting Mariko. And a similar storyline, he protects someone around this, and Mariko slowly gets him to live life or to at least come back and to join the fight again with the X-Men. That's what really the Wolverine's about. It's about the Wolverine forgiving himself for the death of Jean Grey and forgiving himself for the bad shit he has caused and to basically live on. This arc of where, both in Logan and in the Wolverine, where he's pushed into situations where he doesn't really want to be put into. He doesn't want to protect X-23 or Lara at the beginning. He just wants to really just move on with his life. He's really tired of living. And the Wolverine, he's tired of living too. He's just getting pushed into the situation because he can't let someone die in front of him. So that's a cue. He's being pushed into this situation to fight and to live. And both of these films played it beautifully. The only difference, though, between the Wolverine and that stuff, it turned into a little bit more story. They get a little Hollywoodish with the third act, and you all know what I'm talking about. The Silver Samurai bullshit. But in that, the 2/3 of the Wolverine was pretty much on a solid path. They're both very similar to me, Logan and the Wolverine film. And if I have to do which point I'm going to give to, it's the film Logan. Because Logan was a simple story of just Logan's tired of his life, and it stayed throughout that entire dang arc. For his entire story, that's what happened. Logan was just tired of life. He rescued, he's with X-23 trying to take her to the border, and that's it. There is no little detours, there is no little stuff that they have to do first, or a big giant twist at the end. No, it's just a simple story that she needs to be across the border with the younger fellow mutant, and Logan is just trying to save them and to help them. That's it for the Logan franchise. That's why I give the story over to Wolverine. The Wolverine starts off with Wolverine trying to forgive himself for the death of Jean Grey and forgive himself and to basically fight more for Mariko and all that stuff. And like I said, both films are very similar at the beginning and in the middle of it. It's just like the third act with the Wolverine, we get the Silver Samurai. Granted, it's Master Yashida, but still. It became kind of Hollywood-ish when it was taking a very realistic tone of how the Wolverine was, and then they just really brought in like a CGI monster for Wolverine to fight. Other than that, it was a pretty solid movie. But if we're going down the story, Logan is a better film. This point goes to Logan. Now, let's start off with side characters. Side characters for the Wolverine, we have Mariko, Yukio, and Hirata. I'm not including the villains. We're going to do a villain different list. For Logan, we have X-23 Lara. You get to call her the second main character of this film. You got Charles Xavier, you got Caliban, and you got, I wrote this guy's name now, Will Munnigan. He is the black man that runs this farm with his family. And so, he's a side character to me in this film. Because he has some depth. And if Logan had 4 freaking different side characters, and Wolverine only had 3. And out of all of them, it's just no competition. You got X-23, a person that was experimented on, just like Logan, birthed into a facility and trained to be a killer. Something very similar to Logan. And she is amazing with her chemistry with Hugh Jackman, the actress. They do a great job with X-23. I loved it. Charles Xavier. What can I say? Patrick Stewart's back. He's back. He has dementia. He's an old person. He's going through some harsh times. You gotta respect Charles Xavier. He's a great character in Logan. Caliban is technically he's a mutant that could sense other mutants, and he's albino. And the thing is, though, he has this little arc where he is basically hunted down previous mutants, or was used to help hunt down future mutants, and he's trying to get a little redemption arc in some possible way. Also, we get a little bit of, we get this one family with Will Munson, this family that's living on a farm that is basically being harassed by this other groups of people, and by this other group of farmers that want them off the land. So that's an interesting story arc for the side characters. With Mariko, now to me, I think Logan's side characters are obviously better, but let me talk about the Wolverine characters. We have Mariko. I know a lot of people don't like her, but to me, I think she's a good love interest. I believe she's one of the better love interests for the Wolverine, and she's one of the best love interests with Wolverine in general for superhero films. Why do I like them together? She's like that thing where veterans come back from like a terrible war, and then they come down and they settle down, and they meet someone that kind of give them life. That's what I see with Mariko for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. She's someone that could help him bring him peace, help him to come back from the darkness. And I believe it maybe they might not be soulmates, but it's something that it's a love that could slowly turn and mature, and it'll be great love. That's what I see with Mariko. And Mariko is an interesting character as well. She doesn't want this control of the company that her grandfather left her. She didn't want the responsibility. She didn't want the weight of the shoulders to be on her. But ultimately, she's a person that's willing to stand up for the people she loves. She's a person that has great not great aspects, but great humanity. And I just really enjoyed Mariko's character. I enjoyed her. Yukio is a person that stands by the people she loves. She loves Mariko like a sister. She was raised with Mariko like a sister. Yukio is always defending Logan. She's the backup to Wolverine. And ultimately, she's an interesting character as well. Now, the only other side character that was there was Hirata, who was basically the archer dude. And he has a little, he's in love with Mariko, and he's also trying to protect her because he's part of Black Clan that's been protecting the House of Yashida for many years. So, I gotta say, for side characters, Hirata was my least favorite of the bunch. But if we're talking about side characters, Wolverine and Logan is definitely the better one because you just got Patrick Stewart in there. That's already there. That X-23 is amazing. But don't get me wrong, Wolverine side characters like Mariko and Yukio were pretty dang good characters. And I really do enjoy Mariko with freaking the Wolverine. So overall, I enjoyed those two characters. I think they're really good. But nothing else I could say about that. The side characters for this one, again, is going to be for Logan. And for the villains. What do we got for the villains? Okay, let's start off with Logan. We got Donald Pierce. You know what Donald Pierce is? Yeah, he's that one scientist guy that is technically the son of William Stryker, possibly, and he experimented on the X-23 and different mutants, and this guy basically gets like 10 minutes of screen time, and he's killed off. There's not much to this character. Another one we have is Xander Rice. And not Xander Rice. Sorry if I said that. Xander Rice is the guy that was created by he was the son of William Stryker. He stopped the mutant genes. Donald Pierce is the freaking other dude. Sorry about that. I messed up on the names, but Donald Pierce is the freaking hillbilly guy that's basically hunting down the mutants. He is the what did I say? The bodyguard, the workhorse. He is basically I'm blanking out on the word I want to describe Donald Pierce's character. He's basically the muscle. There we go. He's the muscle. He's there to get the dirty jobs done. He's there to collect for the company. He's just really there in this entire film to get beat up. I know a lot of people complain about Viper from the Wolverine, but at least Viper weakened Wolverine in this aspect. She weakened Wolverine in the dang film. She got him weak. She injected him with something, with a kiss. He became weak. His body was not healing as well. He was more injured than he's ever been. And at least she did something. And she's played by Master Yoshida to steal Wolverine's immortality. Donald Pierce's character was just there to get killed, to just get killed off, just get beaten up by Wolverine, get beaten up by X-23 and run away. And the final villain for Logan is X-24. X-24 is a clone of Wolverine. And X-24 is the best, one of the best villains for the Wolverine character. And to see it go against Wolverine was amazing. X-24 was an awesome character. Just because it was simple and done. It's just a ferocious clone of Wolverine, and it was simple. There we go. Now, with the Wolverine, I already mentioned Viper. I do believe she's a lot better than Donald Pierce and Xander Rice. I don't care what you say about Donald Pierce's character. He did nothing but get beat up. With Viper, at least Viper actually did something. She actually weakened the Wolverine. And they're both hired guns, and I prefer Viper over Donald Pierce. Yeah, I said it. Sue me. Now we also got Yashida, the Silver Samurai. Yes, Yashida is the Silver Samurai. I did not like that aspect of but what does he want? He wants Logan's immortality. This is a guy who's been obsessed with mutants for a long dang time, and he does not want to die. He's obsessed with prolonging his life. And he's willing to kill one of his oldest friends that saved his life for so long just to get his power. That is messed up. And that is straight up villainy. I liked Master Yashida as a villain. Granted, did I like him as a Silver Samurai? No. But overall, makes sense. His character arc, awesome. Also was awesome character, Shingen. I like Shingen. This guy was willing to kill his own daughter to get control of his father's company. That is messed up beyond belief. He did not care if his daughter died. He did not care if one bit if she wanted to jump off for suicide. He was going to clap if she jumped off for suicide. Shingen was a guy who could went toe-to-toe with Wolverine in that great fight scene in the Wolverine. And I just absolutely love Shingen. So, if we're doing the rankings of, like, X-24 is the highest on the list. Then it's Shingen. Then it's Master Yoshida. Then it's Viper. Then it's Donald Pierce and the Rice. So, if we're doing side-by-side comparison, the Wolverine I'm going to give to the better of the films. And the Wolverine had better villains, in my opinion, than Logan. Logan had some pretty just dang good villains right there. But to me, the better ones is Wolverine. So Wolverine wins this round. Next up, I'm just going to do it together. Music and picture. I love the picture for both of the films. I love the music. I love the tones that they used for the fight scenes. I thought they were both beautifully done. I thought they worked well in each aspect. And overall, this just comes down to what kind of culture you like more. Japan or like this kind of like Westernish vibe. Because both films are completely different. And it's just depends on what is good. It's not like one of the films has a bad soundtrack, one of the films has a bad tone, one of the films has a bad picture. Both films are shown beautifully, and overall, I'm gonna give this one to Logan just because I have a great love for westerns, and I really just love the western. That's really what I like. I just love the western atmosphere. I love Logan in black and white, and the Wolverine. I love Japan. I love seeing it. I love the beauty of it. But overall, my pick is for the picture and soundtrack is going to be Logan. Action. Which film do I like more with action? I'm gonna say the Logan. Why? Because again, it's a rated R following. But just because it's rated R doesn't mean it's that. Just because it's rated R doesn't mean it's a better film. What I mean by rated R, I mean they show the claws of Wolverine using his blood. They show they show the action scenes which are just great with X-23, and it just brings everything much more ferocious and good into it. And what can I say else about this entire film's comparing them? Again, I'm just gonna say this again for one last time. The Wolverine is not a bad film. If you know on my previous video for like top 10 X-Men films, I kind of put the Wolverine over Logan. And I explained this again. My uncle recently passed on, and when I saw Logan, it was a very depressing film. When I saw it, it was like maybe 3 weeks after my uncle had passed, and I guess I just wasn't feeling it as much. I still loved the film. I still loved it, but I didn't know how much I loved it. Now, there's been at least 2 months now. My uncle's gone, so I rewatched Logan, and I loved it more. I compared both films, and I kind of wish I went back to remake the video, because I would put Logan over the Wolverine just a tiny bit. And what I mean by a tiny bit, because I mean literally a tiny bit. Logan and the Wolverine were both amazing films. I love both films. They both show the aspect of Wolverine as broken, beaten down man that doesn't want to live life any longer. And two characters, whether it's Mariko from the Wolverine, who tries to get him life, or X-23 lore. Both characters, both of those two side characters, bring something out in Wolverine to live again. They both show it. The only difference between the Logan and the Wolverine film is because Logan was straight up like a realistic tone, and it stayed that way throughout. With the Wolverine, it's like the first 2/3 of the movie was straight up like a realistic way how everything will go down. Then it came to the CGI Silver Samurai fight. Yes. So the third act, it kind of went Hollywoodish, but Logan, it just went straight through a dark path and a very realistic tone. So that's why I'm making Logan over the Wolverine now. So if I'm doing a top 10 X-Men films, Logan would be number 3. And the Wolverine would be number 4. I love the Wolverine still. Both films to me are A- films. I love both of them. So again, the winner is Logan, and I'm gonna say it again, the Wolverine is not a bad film. People who shit on the Wolverine, no, you cannot shit on the Wolverine. They both have similar plot lines, they both have similar ways of how they use it. The only difference is, again, is the third act. And both of the films were directed by the same made by the same director, James Mangold. So overall, this really just comes down to what would you prefer? A Japanese style culture to, well, it actually comes down to a lot of things, as I just mentioned. The side characters, villains, picture atmosphere. Just a lot of it depends on you. And if you want a rated R following, go watch Logan. If you want to see an unrated version of the Wolverine, you could get out like me. I got the unrated version, the Blu-ray 3D version. I got the collection for the Wolverine. I loved both films, so overall, Logan wins, but the Wolverine is still a great film. It's right behind the Wolverine. Logan is right behind the Wolverine for me, or the Wolverine's right behind Logan for me. Alright, everyone, subscribe if you like, disagree non-violently, comment down below, let me know, respect my opinion, respect yours. Let me know what y'all think, everyone. Name's Jalise, signing off, forget everybody. Bye-bye.